One is we talk about AI impact quite a bit, and Sylvia mentioned that one of the purposes is to see how we are going to deal with this. I have twofold of this question. One, are we a bit late on the AI conversation as a unit, as an industry? I think this conversation has been taking place for 3 years now or more. But it's never too late to have more conversation. That's not the point at all. More conversation, the better. And the second fold of that is, are we focusing on AI for the purpose of demonstrating value that the human bring to the equation? Because remember, associations are not made of AI, are made of people, and are made of people that they are doing the actual work currently. Although there have been many threats of technology in the past, this too shall pass, I'm assuming. We'll see how that goes. Can somebody comment on this from both of your perspectives? Sylvia, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, I would love to comment on this, and I'm going to speak for myself rather than for my association, whether that's Civic or CITIC, because I'm actually going to be one of the speakers at this conference, and I'm going to talk on the topic of AI. And I have been talking about it with one of the speakers, Joachim, as well, who's also a big expert on AI and how it's affecting the translation industry. So my personal view, just speaking for myself, is that AI should be seen as an opportunity. It should not be seen, I wouldn't agree with like something that's just going to blow over and we should just forget about it and keep thinking it's going to keep making mistakes. It's probably going to get better. It's amazing in many ways, and it's probably going to get better. And sort of my message is, let's accept the situation as it is. Let's use AI when it makes sense to use it. As Robin and I, we were discussing in that other podcast, let's not use AI when it does not make sense to use it or in very high stakes situations. And I think it's not just a matter of like ignoring AI. That's a terrible idea, in my opinion. It's not even a matter of cohabiting with AI and being like, okay, there's AI here, I'm going to do my work. I would like to think that we want to get to a place of enhancement where, because there is AI, we as translators, as human leaders, as people who carry the intentionality behind it, we can actually make our workflows better and provide more language access for the community. That's kind of my take on it.
Absolutely. And Peter, would you mind addressing the human part?
Yeah, OpenAI just released a paper, I think last week or the week before, saying that, what they call hallucinations are always a part of artificial intelligence, because these LLMs are based on statistical models, and statistically you're always going to have data that's going to be irrelevant. And the system won't be able to tell the difference between what is relevant and what is irrelevant. So I think that human part is really needed to really make that final decision, to be there so I think the volume, the output is going to increase dramatically. But I think it could be an increase of things that are not good, versus managed increase. And I think that's where, as LSPs across Canada, larger LSPs have teams that are working on how to use AI better in their systems, in their workflows, in their processes. But the smaller ones, which are the majority of our members, they're still learning about how to use it. How do they bring it into their workflows? How do they use it in their processes, as to not just deliver language services, but also in their administration of tasks. In quality control, in management of intake, things like that. So I think really understanding how to use AI is more important than what's happening with AI, because it's changing every day. Every day there's a new model coming out with new capabilities. But I feel like a lot of people haven't still been able to really use that to the what's available, use it to the best of their ability. So that's sort of where we look at from the human aspect of our members. How can they leverage this as a tool in their toolbox and be able to deliver a better quality of work?
Absolutely. The question for you: would there be any academia, or what's the academic involvement in this conference, in this particular event that's taking place on the 18th? Would be universities or colleges be represented?
I think in terms of the speakers, so there are only 4 of us, 4 very, I would want to say very well-known speakers, including Joachim, and I know Rula, who's also speaking. She's a university lecturer. She is vice president of Fit Global, which is a huge translation organization. And I know that she's also going to talk about like the ethical aspect of AI and how that all plays out. And I do believe we are inviting some local universities to join us. That's part of the people that we think we're appealing to. But definitely, we'll have that academic involvement.